oldest niece is graduating college next year, and her mom's not going to be there. She's going to be looking in the crowd to see her mom. It's going to suck that my nephew isn't going to Grand Valley for his first year, and he's looking for his mom to be there. It's going to suck for my youngest niece in high school who's not going to have her mom to pick out her prom dress.
You don't know how much it tore me that my number one supporter was not there that day.
I just want the court to know that this guy is a piece of garbage.
There is a Facebook page. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you've contributed to it. Absolutely no judgment. Called Whose Man Is This? And if you don't know what that page does, congratulations. Your love life has never gotten that complicated. Alicia Lofton found something on that page. Something about her husband. Something that answered questions she probably did not even know she was asking. And once she saw it, she could not unsee it. She did not sit on it. She did not cry into her pillow and make excuses. She filed for divorce, served him the papers, was selling the house. She was done. 6 months. That is all this marriage lasted. 6 months. And she had not even told her family she got married in the first place. Because, honey, she already knew how that conversation was going to go. The man she was leaving had a secret. One he had been very carefully managing. One that Alicia blew wide open when she went public. He showed up at her house the morning after she served him those papers. She did not survive that visit. This is the story of Alicia Danielle Lofton, and we are getting into all of it. Alicia Johnson. That was the name her people knew her by. Was Grand Rapids, Michigan through and through. Medical assistant at Spectrum Health for over a decade. Cosmetology license on the side, because she was not a one-box kind of woman. And at the center of everything, her 3 children. Brooklyn, finishing her degree at Western Michigan. Her son, heading to Grand Valley State that fall. And her youngest daughter, still in high school. Her sister Cassie said it best after Alicia was gone. She made sure her kids were intact and in order before she did anything for herself. That one sentence is the whole woman. And before we get into Marcus, Alicia was not naive. She was a grown woman in her late 30s who had built a real life and raised real children. She just chose to believe in someone who, as it turns out, did not deserve it. Now, Marcus Juriel Lofton, nickname Bub. On social media, Marcus looked like a man who had it together. The outfits, the events. He posted couple content, took Alicia to the Casino Royale adult prom. Wrote, and feel the audacity here. I'm about to make her laugh right out of her dress. But the public record was a different story. Convicted of gun and drug-related felonies in 2000-2002, and again in 2014. 3 separate convictions, 14 years. That is not one bad call. That is a pattern. And as a convicted felon, Marcus was legally prohibited from possessing a firearm. Keep that in your back pocket. He also posted at some point that he was a narcissist. His aunt, Jennifer Lee, remembered that post. She brought it up in a courtroom. She said. He proved it. And then there was the other part of his life. The part he had been keeping off his grid. We will get there. February 26, 2023. Alicia and Marcus got married in Las Vegas. No family, no friends, no children from either side. Just a ceremony and a certificate. Her family had no idea, because she already knew how they felt about him. Her father, Arthur Joseph, said it plainly at sentencing. She hid the marriage from the whole family because she knew they despised him. For a few months, from the outside, things looked fine. The couple posts, the events, the Casino Royale adult prom in April, 1 month after that. 3 months into the marriage, Marcus put his hands on Alicia. He was arrested. A judge issued a no-contact order. He was legally forbidden from being near her. And his first move when he got his phone back? He had just been arrested for assaulting his wife of 3 months. And that was his public response. Not remorse. Not silence. He went on the internet and mocked her. With his whole chest. That post tells you everything about how Marcus viewed accountability. Now, here is where the story takes the turn your group chat is not ready for. That Facebook page. Whose man is this? At some point, Alicia came across a video on that page. A video that showed a man who looked very much like her husband, in an intimate encounter, with another man. Now, to be precise, because precision matters here, the DL angle was never officially entered as the court stated motive. What the court confirmed is that Alicia found something, confronted Marcus, he denied it. She showed him the evidence, and after that, she was done. What the community confirmed, on Lipstick Alley, Sandra Rose, and across Black social media is that the video circulated. Multiple people recognized Marcus, and what Alicia found was not a small thing. It was the kind of thing that reframes an entire marriage. She went on Facebook Live, addressed what she found, let her community know. She was not whispering. She put it all the way out there. And then, after her death, her Facebook page disappeared. Whether someone deliberately deleted that record is a question her community has not let go of. Because Alicia did not create the danger by going public, Marcus had already put his hands on her. The danger was already there. Going public may have been the smartest protective move she had. What it could not do was make Marcus Lofton choose differently. August 16th, 2023. Alicia served Marcus with divorce papers and told him she was selling the house. When Marcus sat across from detectives the next day, he kept coming back to the house. He believed Alicia was cutting him out of the sale, draining his finances, leaving him with nothing. Whether any of that was true. He was looking at losing the house, the money, and the image he had been performing online for years. He was not willing to accept it. August 17th, Thursday, 8 a.m. Alicia's children were not home. Marcus Lofton, legally banned from being near his wife, drove his maroon SUV to 1411 Union Avenue. Said he came to collect his things. This was not his first time violating that order. He admitted on the stand at trial that he had been coming and going from that house the entire time the no-contact order was in effect. He treated a court order like a suggestion. Alicia was awake when he arrived. Robe on, getting ready for her day. They argued. She told him to hurry up getting his things. She had a new man. Marcus told detectives everything went blurry. All this rage. And then he walked to a white table near the foyer, opened the drawer, and picked up Alicia's Glock. Her gun. In her house. That he was not legally allowed to touch. The moment his hand closed around that weapon, he had already committed a crime. But he did not put it down. Alicia looked at him holding her gun and asked what he was going to do with it. He did not answer. He stayed. She ran to the bedroom. Locked the door. He kicked it in. When he got inside, she was at the window, trying to get out, fighting to survive. 15 shots. 7 of them to her head. And in that interrogation room later that day, Marcus said, "I don't even know how many times I shot her. Once I started, I didn't stop." He walked out, got in his SUV, left Alicia on the grass outside that window, disposed of the gun, went to say his goodbyes. If what happened was truly accidental, why is your first move to get rid of the weapon? If you had no intent, how did you think clearly enough to dispose of evidence and go say your farewells? You do not do those things by accident. Neighbors called 911. Sergeant Gregory Bauer was first on scene. He found blood splatter on the side of the house, shell casings on the ground, and Alicia Lofton with no pulse. A neighbor had already seen the maroon SUV leave. That vehicle description, plus the domestic violence record, pointed straight to Marcus. Officers found him later that day walking in the 1200 block of North Avenue Northeast. Not hiding, just walking. He was brought to an interrogation room, and then he talked. 2.5 hours. No lawyer. No prompting. Just Marcus Lofton and lead detective Brandon Romero. And Marcus handing over everything the prosecution would ever need. Marcus was charged with open murder and felony firearm, held without bond in Kent County Jail. Open murder in Michigan gives the jury 2 options. First degree, which requires proving premeditation and carries mandatory life without parole. Or second degree, which doesn't require premeditation. That distinction became the entire fight of this case. The trial opened May 19th, 2025. Judge Scott Noto, Kent County Circuit Court. Nearly 2 years after Alicia's family buried her. Day 2. The jury watched the interrogation video. Heard Marcus describe the rage, the gun, the kicked door. Heard him say, "Once I started, I didn't stop." Then on May 21st, Marcus took the stand. Which, as decisions go, was bold. On the stand he said no plan, no intent. Everything happened too fast to think. And the prosecutor walked him through every single decision, one by one.
You must have swung your hand that was holding a gun at her head.
Yes.
Okay, another decision you made.
Yes.
And then whether or not you actually made contact with her head with that gun, she then ran away towards that bedroom, right?
Evidence evident from the interview.
And so when she did that, again, you're holding a gun. She's got no weapons, correct?
I didn't know what she had. I don't know.
And so you could have left the house again, right?
There's a lot of things I could have did.
That's not what I asked you though. I asked you, you could have left the house, right?
Yes.
And you didn't, right?
That's evident now.
And so instead what you decided to do was follow her to the bedroom that she ran towards, right?
Yeah, that's evident.
Okay. And then the door is now shut. She shut the door behind her, right?
Yes, that's evident.
And instead of, again, turning around and leaving, putting the gun down, even bringing the gun with you as you left, you decided to kick in the door, right?
Like I said, things were happening so fast. It's not what I thought. It's not a decision that I just consciously made.
So you're just like sleepwalking?
It didn't, I don't even know how to describe it, to be honest. Like, it just, like I say, it just didn't, I don't know. It just happened so fast. Like, it don't even feel like, it just didn't, I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest.
But you kicked down that door.
Yeah, that's evident.
And once you opened the door by kicking it down, you saw Alicia climbing out the window, right?
Yes.
And instead of, again, turning around and leaving that house, which you were free to do, you chased after her, right?
No, I didn't. No. Well, however you want to word it.
Well,
I don't think I say you asking me questions. I didn't put thought into what was going on. If I put thought into what was going on, none of these events wouldn't happen. So you asking me what I was thinking, and I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I can't answer the question the way you want me to answer the question.
Okay, but ultimately you followed her, right? Chased her.
Ultimately, all these events happened, and that's the reason why I'm here.
So you admit that you killed Alicia?
Yes.
Yes, apparently. 15 trigger pulls. On his wife. While she was trying to get out of a window. Apparently. On May 23rd, 2025, the jury sent word. They could not reach a unanimous verdict. Mistrial.
A mistrial has been declared after Kent County jurors were unable to reach a verdict for a man accused of shooting his estranged wife multiple times.
12 people heard everything and still could not unanimously agree. We do not know how they split. What we know is that Alicia's family waited 2 years and walked out of that courtroom without a conviction. Marcus went back to Kent County Jail. And in July 2025, he took a plea deal. Guilty. Second-degree murder. Felony firearm. Think about that. If those 15 shots were truly accidental. If he had no intent. Why take a deal guaranteeing a minimum of 25 years? You take that deal because you know what you did. And Marcus Lofton knew. August 7th, 2025. Kent County Circuit Court. Marcus sat while the people who loved Alicia stood up one by one and told him exactly what he had taken.
I feel that he wasn't introduced to the family because he's an embarrassment.
I just want the court to know that this guy is a piece of garbage. Right now, I cannot stand being in this room with this bastard.
Her father turned back at the door and said it to his face. Coward. Not even killer. Though he is that too. Just coward. The plainest, truest word a grieving father could find.
I just graduated college last year in Western Michigan. You don't know how much it tore me that my number one supporter was not there that day.
Brooklyn Johnson, 22. College graduate. Standing in a courtroom facing the man who made sure her mother missed every second of it. She left him with this.
I just want you to know you will never win.
I just want you to know you will never win. Think about this for the rest of your life. Judge Noto sentenced Marcus to 2 years for the felony firearm charge, followed by 25 to 50 years for second-degree murder. Consecutive. Credit for 721 days served. Before the deputies took Marcus out, the judge said he had nothing to add. He referred Marcus to Arthur Joseph's words. Marcus Lofton will be well into his 60s before he is eligible for parole. Alicia Danielle Lofton was 38. Brooklyn graduated. Without her mother in the stands. But she graduated. Her son made it to Grand Valley State. And her youngest is still in high school. And one day she is going to pick out a prom dress. And Alicia will not be there. Marcus Lofton took her presence. He could not take what she built in those 3 children. That lives in them. In every room they walk into, in every milestone they hit carrying the love she gave them. This story is also about a system that had multiple chances. A no-contact order violated repeatedly, with no consequences. A domestic violence arrest that did not stop him walking through that door 3 months later. Alicia did everything right. And it still was not enough. If any of this feels familiar, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 1-800-799-7233. You do not have to be in immediate danger to call, because Alicia is not the only woman in this right now. Rest well, Alicia.